What I was thinking was like, damn, I'm standing next to Hrithik Roshan walking in the same frame in an Air Force, uniform. I think he's probably just very hard on himself, because he's got such pressure on himself and he's such a huge mega star. Every artist has their own journey, and I think the universe hands you what you need to learn at the time. I think the universe is a very fascinating place. Like the universe keeps sending you signals, and you have to pay attention to those signals. Life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. I work very hard before shoot. I get myself fully ready for the character. I study everything I can. I read the script 200 times. I do everything I can. But on the day of shoot, I try and be as relaxed as possible. Oh my God. I cannot believe I just worked with the Hrithik Roshan and Anil Kapoor and Deepika Padukone and Siddharth Anand. Hi, my name is Akshay Oberoi and you're watching me on Filmy.
Hey guys, my name is Imran Ismail and today I'm here with a fighter. He's been fighting all his life to get recognition. Finally, we see this fighter on a very big screen and it makes me so happy to see him on the big screen, man. It's overwhelming, Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me and we're going to have a great chat. First to start with, all right, I believe this year is for the actors to break out, right? We saw Vikrant breaking out. We saw you coming up right now. It makes me believe that if you're true to your craft and you work hard towards it, finally you'll arrive.
Yeah.
Tell me, how was the ride? Do you think you have arrived?
No, thanks for that introduction, man. And it's so validating when people who have seen my journey and watched my journey are like, I feel like it's a personal victory for people, and it gives a sort of sense of how India's changed. It used to be a thing ki only big families or people with a nepotistic background can make it anyway. And I think that somebody said your career is a trendsetter because you're one of the first people who broke that mold of mehnat karo wo phal milta hai. And I think Vikrant is a great example of that. I think Ali Fazal is a great example of that. So many actors now. Adarsh Gaurav recently, did so well in that film after in White Tiger and all that stuff. So I think you're right. I think that finally merit-based things are happening, which is great. Yeah, that's if merit is there, then there's more competition and better competition, which will grow our industry. Now, as far as have I arrived? No, I have so much more to do. I feel like the ambition is only slightly filled. I have so much more ambition left in me.
And I was checking you with that, because people, once they achieve that thing and they're like, yes, I've arrived.
No,
but I see the hunger in you. Thank you so much for doing that.
I've been hungry my whole life, man. As you said, I'm a fighter my whole life and I have hunger for so much more. This is not a time for me to get complacent. I have so much more to achieve.
All right. I recently read an interview about you. A headline was really amazing, all right? You said the scale of your work doesn't bother you. The people you work with is that you look forward for, right? Yeah. You've been working with such great actors. You've been around actors, a school of actors around you, even with Fighter, Take Fighter or Piku as in that. Do you believe that to be where you are right now, you had to go through that process?
Yeah, I think every artist has their own journey, and I think the universe hands you what you need to learn at the time. I think the universe is a very fascinating place. Like the universe keeps sending you signals, and you have to pay attention to those signals. And there were things that I needed to learn, perhaps, which is why my journey was so difficult and why the struggle was so long, because the universe was teaching me stuff, was giving me. Now, whenever somebody values my work. When a fan comes up and takes a picture or a message comes or even talking to you, I value it so much. I don't, it's not just a thing of like, "Arey, Imran ne kuch bol diya aur main ghar chala gaya khushi." I really value it. I because of my journey's been so hard, everything I get, I understand how important it is. And I think if I'd gotten this any sooner, I wouldn't have the maturity to understand it the way I do now.
It reminds you of the story of Kachua and the Khargosh.
It is that.
It's the same thing, right?
Absolutely right. It's so funny, all these old things that hamare buzurg log kehte hain, like slow and steady wins the race, it's true.
It's true.
Because life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And you have to keep your eye on that prize. The second you go left and right and start getting lost in mere following kitne hain, mera ye kitna hai, log mujhe kitna attention de rahe, I think you lose perspective very quickly, especially in an environment like today where there's so much noise constantly.
Rightly said. Hrithik Roshan famously said right now, okay, alright, so HR said in this film, he actually acted. He said he doesn't think he's a good actor, but his process makes the things easier for him. Okay, like he works hard to be where he is right now. Tell me, what's your take on it? Do you work really hard, or is there a process for you, that makes it easy for you to be an actor? just like him. He believes he's not a good actor, but I believe he's a great actor.
I don't know what
like
he's
you are a
talking
great
about.
actor, but
Yeah.
tell me, how do you simplify things for you?
No, I appreciate you saying that, but yeah, I also think he's a great actor. I mean, I've acted with him. I know that I've looked into his eyes and acted, and I've been acting long enough to know when the actor is really present or if they're phoning it in. And every shot he is there, making that eye contact. It's like the air between us. I can feel the energy, you know, and that made my work so much easier. I think he's probably just very hard on himself, you know, because he's got such pressure on himself and he's such a huge megastar. In some way, while it sounds almost funny to say it, unfortunately or fortunately, however you look at it, maybe in this case, fortunately, I'm not that big of a megastar. I don't have that pressure. I don't have the pressure of those who crore ki film hai have to rise on me. So I can just come, act and be relaxed and do my job. In fact, Hrithik and I have spoken a little bit about that, about what it means to be a star versus an actor and the kind of pressure that that, you know. He said that, you know, while I don't want to make him sound like he's not grateful for what he has, because I know how grateful he is for his stardom. But he, you know, he was telling me how it's a lot easier to sort of, he wishes that he could just do a job and go home and not have to worry so much about the film, about the box office, about the fate of it, about the responsibility that comes with it. So, you know, every actor based on their journey has a different process. I worked very hard before shoot. You know, I get myself fully ready for the character. I study everything I can. I read the script 200 times. I do everything I can. But on the day of shoot, I try and be as relaxed as possible. That's my process. That's what works for me. And every actor is different. Some actors need to rile themselves up. Some need to be in a headspace. Some need to be alone. I like to just go have fun on the day because I've done the homework. Now it's time to play. You know, that's how I approach it.
All right, let's talk about the frame that I first saw you. Right, in Fighter, we see Hrithik, you, Karan Singh Grover in that frame. You know, you're walking. Okay, it makes me believe like my eyes are going to Hrithik, but certainly my eyes are also going towards you because I have that love for you as well, right? Apart from that love, but the looks and everything that you have. Again, Hrithik famously said that his face is not the product for him. You know, the expression that he gives.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
Looking good, having chiseled jawline, you know, the eyes. It doesn't work if you don't have that expression.
Yeah.
You're walking right beside him. Tell me what's going on in your mind. What was your process? Like, do you think about my jawline sahi lag raha hai?
No,
Because you're standing beside a guy who's like you said, a beautiful guy in the whole planet right now.
Yeah.
What was going in your mind?
You know, again, I don't have the pressure of my fans looking at it and looking for that chisel jawline. You know, I like people know me as an actor, so I don't have that pressure. So and I you know, I want him to look great so that the people his fans like the film. You know, so I think that's his pressure. It's not mine.
So you were walking alongside him to make him look good.
No, I don't think that's the way I would put it. I think that he looks good whether he walks alone or with anybody. But what I was thinking was like, damn, I'm standing next to Hrithik Roshan walking in the same frame in an Air Force uniform. So even when I watched the film, I could see that I'm so happy and elated in every frame to be there. You know, and that's all it really was. I didn't let myself process what was happening until the movie finished. When the movie finished is when I went to meet my brother in Los Angeles and I spent a week with him after shooting the film, and that's when I finally let myself absorb the fact that I just worked with such legends on such a massive movie. I didn't let myself process it at the time because I didn't want anything to make me nervous or to shake my concentration or to shake my confidence. Then once it was done, I was like, oh my God, like I cannot believe I just worked with like the Hrithik Roshan and Anil Kapoor and Deepika Padukone and Siddharth Anand. Yeah, so now I reflect on it. At that time, I wasn't allowing myself. But that's been my journey. Your journey teaches you the way you need to be. And HR journey has been completely opposite from mine. After my first film, I think मेरी पहली फिल्म थी इसी लाइफ में 9 बजे का शो लगा 9:30 बजे पिक्चर उतर भी गई और उनकी पहली फिल्म ऐसे आए कि पूरी दुनिया ने देखी और इतनी बड़ी हिट और वो मतलब इतने बड़े स्टार बन गए.
We all wanted to be him.
Everybody wanted to be him, you know, across not only in India, all over the world. I was sitting there in New Jersey idolizing him. So everyone's journey teaches you how to behave and how to be and what is expected of you. My journey made me this way where I don't get so caught up in how I'm looking or whatever. If Sid says I look good, and Rishi says I look good, I'm good to go.
Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, Akshay. It's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Such a
Got a
pleasure,
lot of good insight from you, and I hope you stay humble and grounded like this, and success.
Thank you. And if I'm ever not grounded, you please call me out on it. I will need that.
I don't think that time will come because you can see people. I can see in eyes, you know. I can see what a man can do. So your answers really made me sure that you're gonna stay grounded. Let's hope
Awesome.
for that.
Thank you, Imran.
All right.
Thank you, man.
See you. Thank you
Cool.
so much,
Thank
guys.
you.